Damn. Okay, so we're on episode number 31. It's been a minute. What's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 31 of the Better Take podcast. I'm sure this is pretty weird. Last episode, I'm on my phone looking at exactly when we recorded, but last episode was last month for very good reason. For a lot of you guys that are new to my content, like YouTube, social media in general, I powerlift, right? So I competed about 2 weeks ago, March 15th, and this podcast is going to be dedicated to talking about that particular competition. And it's honestly wild because I deaded everything that I had going on like last month to focus on the meet because the meet was very, very important to me. So there's been so many updates and changes since the last time I recorded, and I haven't been able to give you guys like a full-on update because, once again, I've been focusing on the meet. After I competed, I actually flew out to Nashville, Tennessee for a BPN retreat or a BPN athlete retreat, which was amazing. So I didn't really get the opportunity to kind of sit down. I'm just now getting my life back together because after I competed, like literally like 2 days after I competed, I was in Tennessee. And then I was in Tennessee up until Friday afternoon, and then obviously the weekend, and then now we're here. I'm sitting here recording with you guys. So this is going to be probably like a midweek upload, maybe end of the week, midweek-ish. Tuesday? Oh, shit, Tuesday? Tomorrow? Okay, shit. We're uploading immediately after we record this episode, but I just wanted to run a specialty episode to kind of get my thoughts out about nationals and then talk about some other little shit that's going on. So fuck it, let's go ahead and talk about nationals. Excuse me for the people that don't keep up with powerlifting as much, but this is essentially my career. So I'm going to give some backstory about my powerlifting career and then how we got to this point. So in 2016, I started powerlifting. And I found I was pretty good at it. Then 2017, I was able to win my first ever nationals competition. So I became the best 83 kg weight class or 83 kg lifter in America. Then I competed in Worlds in 2018. I lost to a man named Brett Gibbs. And then 2018, I won the national title again. I'm not going to go into the year shit. Basically, I'm a 6-time national champion and a 2-time world champion. So this past meet was my 6th national title victory, but there was a lot of like anticipation. There was a lot of controversy around it just because I had taken the year off from competing because I was switching federations, the way that it works. I've explained this so many different times, I get gassed out, but I was in a federation that wasn't recognized by the IPF. So basically when I left that federation to join the International Powerlifting Federation, I had to serve like a 6-month suspension. Once I served that suspension, I was back in. And I hadn't competed in a year, so people were like, "Oh shit! Like, what's Russ finna do? Like, what's finna happen?" So, yeah, there's a lot of pressure coming to this meet. So I'll go ahead and talk about, I guess, just how prep went. And I'm gonna slow myself down a little bit. I feel like I was talking super fast because I haven't talked in front of a camera for a minute, and I want to make sure this like listens very smoothly, right? So the beginning of this year, I started prepping for nationals that happened March 15th. And it's weird because like this prep in comparison to all my other preps was pretty on point. Like I've never felt this strong at this body weight. Every single session that I went into, I was super motivated. Like I was walking into the gym with a chip on my shoulder, like friend or foe. If they were in the gym with me, they would not get my attention. The only thing that got my attention were the weights, my phone because I had the programming in it, and the music because I was listening to it. So I was locked in nutritionally. I was locked in training-wise. And I seriously thought, I was like, oh shit, I think prep-wise, this is definitely in the mood of having like a super meet. And for those of you guys that don't know what super meet means, it's like basically just like a crazy-ass performance where you like have an outer body experience. So what I didn't anticipate for was just how awkward it felt to be back on the platform. And it was something that became noticeable to me after like my first squat. Not even my first squat. When I'm walking onto the platform, I felt nerves. Like I felt nervous. I felt like I couldn't find myself on the platform. Like the lights were like bright as fuck, which had never been a problem for me before. But I think it's just ring rust, platform rust, just being kind of like out of the scene for such a long time. It felt weird to finally be in front of people, which is very uncharacteristic of me because I like to consider myself a performer. I like the bright lights. I like the big crowds. Typically, whenever I'm competing, this is what I see. I'm gonna show you guys. So imagine like you're about to lift and you look out into the crowd and you see 1,000 people going like this. And for the people that are just listening, I just have my phone up and like you're let me turn the flashlight on too, because that happens. So it's like this, almost like the flashlight's on and like people are just like this. Every single time I step on the platform, that's exactly what it looks like. And this time was just disorientating. Like I was switching up my technique a lot during the session. I was kind of lifting with that attitude a little bit, but I just couldn't just find my proper footing. So I'll break down how everything went on actual meet day and all that kind of stuff. So I weighed in 82.9 kg. I was able to total 860 kg. So I squatted 330 kg. I benched 190 kg and I deadlifted 340 kg. So let's talk about squat. And squat is honestly like the most important part of this, because squat is the lift that makes me, I guess, special in my weight class. I'm able to squat a lot of weight that others can't. There's like, how many other 83s could squat 700 plus pounds? Maybe like another one or two. I think Jamar moved up a weight class. So now it's just, I don't think it's just me. Maybe there's a couple other people, but like no, it was just me and Jamar. I think I'm still one of the only 83s that could squat 700 pounds. Maybe a new kid. I don't know. Yeah. But basically my squat makes me leagues ahead of people, right? And this session, it was just off. So I went into squat. We opened up with 683 and it felt easy. It felt light. But I had 2 white lights and 1 red from the front judge. I was cool with it because I'm like, hey, I got 2 whites. I passed. Let me keep my technique the same, right? The second attempt, in between the first and second attempt, I have a bunch of people just, let's squat deeper, right? And for me, like, if I squat deeper, I mean, not just for me, but for anyone, if you squat deeper, it's just like, you just kind of take the power out a little bit. It makes it a little bit more difficult to squat the weight. So like I have a very particular way of squatting. And basically I switched up my technique because I heard deeper. So I'm just like, all right, bet. So I'm like, I'm going to bury that shit. So the second looked hard as fuck. And I got annoyed after my second. So I'm like, bro, this shit is not heavy. It's like, it was 717 or something like that. I'm like, bro, it's not this damn heavy. Like, why does it feel like a brick on my back? So in between the second and third attempt, I was like, man, fuck all that. Cause we only went up 5 kg. And to me, like, that's nothing. Like, if I, like 5 kg to me, I'll take more of a risk on that third because I don't need my third, really. I could just make up that 5 kg on deadlift, right? So on my third, I was like, man, fuck it. Like, I'm going to just do my normal technique. I'm going to squat how I know how to squat. And it moved faster than my second. And it showed that, like, yo, if I just squatted this way, I probably could have squeaked out like 740. But that, I got 2 reds on that, got overturned to a good lift. And I'm like, damn, like, what if that was 740? You know what I'm saying? That could have looked way different, right? So when I get to the back room after my third attempt, I was kind of dejected a little bit. I was like, bro, not that I didn't want to be there, but you have to understand, like, squat is my lift. So like when I didn't execute all the way that I wanted to, like the whole meet, I didn't give a fuck about it no more. If I'm now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, fuck this shit. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't really care about nothing, because that's really where most of my anxiety comes from competing. If there was any anxiety, it's squat, because you're being judged on depth, and I'm worrying about how strong I actually am at that body weight. So when we finished up and I didn't get what I wanted to get, I just felt, I mean, this meet is cap already, right? But what's important here, which I want to note, that I'm actually probably most proud of myself about, is that I actually mentally checked back in. So like in the back, I'm like, man, damn, that didn't go how I wanted it to go. I told Joey and Big Body, I told Duhon, I told everyone, I was like, nah, like I just felt uncomfortable. Like that's not how I normally perform. Then I had a conversation with myself in my head. I was like, lock the fuck back in, bro. There's still 6 more attempts to do. You gotta like get back in line, because all this little talking about what just happened isn't going to make the meet any better. Like, focus the fuck back in. And I feel like a lot of younger lifters, they wouldn't be able to do that. I've seen so many people, after you have like a bad call or maybe like a bad squat, bench, or deadlift, you just mentally check out and then you let that snowball effect to happen. You start, it's like, okay, my squat was off. Cool. I mean, my squat was off. Fuck the rest of the meet. I don't care about bench. I'm not going to push that hard on bench. I don't care about deadlift. I'm not going to push that hard on deadlift, right? I was like, there's still more meat. There's still more. That sounds crazy. Izzy in the back laughing. There's still more meat to go. There's still more lifts to go. That's a better way to put it. There's still more lifts to go. So I locked the fuck back in. And funny enough, bench was fucking off too. Not power-wise, but technique-wise, right? So when I'm warming up for bench, I had Jesus. Jesus is literally the strongest powerlifter of all time. He was there in the back with us. And he was watching me bench. And Joey's like, make sure your butt does not come off the bench. And I'm like, Joey, when has my butt ever come off the bench in competition, right? And literally I do a warm-up. And this is actually super funny. Jesus goes, brother, your whole ass was off the bench. Your whole ass just came off the bench. And I'm like, no fucking way. Like, there's no way my ass just did that. And he's like, no, I'm literally watching. And like, I saw daylight creep through whenever you were benching. And I was like, damn. So when I got there, when I walked out for my first attempt, I'm out here holding the bar. I bring it out. And the side judges weren't giving me the go ahead, or weren't giving the head judges the go ahead because my heels were not on the bench or not on the floor. And I'm like, what is going on here, dog? Like, I literally held 396, I believe, 396 for like, it felt like eternity. And I'm like, why hasn't he said start yet? And it was because my heels were not on the ground. In powerlifting, you have to have your toes, midfoot, and heel all touching the ground, right? Was not doing that. So I had to like I'm holding 396 and luckily, which I'm not sure if he's allowed to do that, but he basically said like, maybe he is allowed to do it, but most judges don't do it. He told me get your heels on the floor. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, my heels are on the floor, but I just think the way the shoes are built, it like the back end of the heel comes up. So it looks as though it's not there. So I'm like trying to like awkwardly find the position to get that, go call. I got it, but at that point, I'm like flat backed and I literally just upper bodied pressed it. I just like, I just threw that shit up because I'm like, yo, just get me off the platform, right? So 396 looked nasty. We went up 5 kg. I think it's 185 for the second attempt. And, we're hammering like, yo, like good form, all that kind of stuff. That moved okay. And then I knew, I'm like, yeah, just another 5 kg. Ended up doing 190 kg, which is 418 pounds. I mean, we were kind of expecting that, maybe 418 to like 429 best bet. But 418 was kind of what we were looking for, but it was a lot harder than I anticipated just because, like, once again, technique was a question. And I'm like, damn, man, I feel like, once again, I'm going into the back. I'm like, bro, this just does not feel right. And I hadn't competed in like 14 months. I just felt off. And that was like another example of that. So then we get to deads. Deads is kind of hard to fuck up. Not gonna lie to you. Like, if you're fucking up deads, it's probably because you pull sumo or like maybe like you have an injury mid-meet or just something is going on to where you're messing up. Deads, luckily, was on point. And that's like when I finally felt normal again. I'm like, okay, like we're back. So I was pulling, everything felt fast. It felt good. I ended up pulling 749 pounds, I think, to close out the meet. And still had some left in the tank. Like, I don't know if other lifters do this, but I didn't even like really pull extremely hard. I just knew, like, I walked up to the bar. There's like this clip of Joey saying like, hold on to the bar, keep pulling, whatever, don't stop. And I'm like, I give like this face. I'm like, come on. It's like 340. Like I'm really about to bust this shit down. So when I pulled it, yeah, this does sound crazy as a lifter to say, but when I pulled it, I wasn't giving maximal effort. I probably could have made it look faster, but I pulled it thinking I got it. Like, I didn't have to use my full strength to get it up. So I'm just like, just pull and you'll be all right. And then I remember when I finished, I wasn't even like happy. I wasn't proud of my performance. I didn't feel any type of way. I didn't feel like I'm back or anything like that. I was like, that was that was pretty rough. That wasn't like a great experience. And it just wasn't, I guess it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But also at the same time too, like I just didn't take into account that I was going to feel rusty as fuck. I'm thinking that I'm, being super experienced and competing for as long as that I've competed, I'll just go out there and do my thing. But it did feel awkward. It did feel uncomfortable. And I remember talking to Joey about it throughout the whole prep. It's like, this meet we're going to use to gather information. So whenever I had the interview with King of Lifts after, shout out to Ryan, he asked me, can you grade this meet? Like, how would you say you did? And I gave myself a C because I just didn't feel like it was up to standard. And let me give you guys some more context here. So the world record was held by me for the past, like the world record total, sorry. The world record total in the 83 kg weight class was held by me for since 2019 all the way up until this year, February, because my boy Delaney broke that. I think he got 842.5. My world record was 841 or 842, one of the two. And this meet, I totaled 860, so I completely destroyed it. But my standard for excellence and my standard for like what I expected for this meet was completely different. Like 860, I think Izzy, am I quoted on this podcast saying 860 ain't shit? Yeah, man. Yeah, it's not shit though. Like seriously, it's not shit. Like to me, I'm like, bro, like 860, like I told myself I would have to fuck up. I remember specifically 860. I was like 850 and 860. I was like, I would have to fuck up like tremendously to hit that total, and I did. I mean, but it's crazy because that total is still like a world record by like 20 kg, which is like 44 pounds or so. So like, I'm frustrated with the standard. I'm frustrated with what I did on the platform just because I'm like, bro, we're better than this for sure. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to allow me to kind of like build and like reflect and use that energy or use that disappointment during my training for energy, because that's just not acceptable. And I think the biggest thing I could point to is just not trusting my technique, being uncomfortable on the platform. And the third one is nutrition. And it's going to sound weird coming from me because I was on point with nutrition. But when I say nutrition, I mean my weight cut protocol. I think I could have did a way better job. I think I was just somewhat lazy this time around. Actually, no, it's a two-part thing because I was actually too light throughout prep. I got down to like 188, 187 some days. And that's just way too light. I should have been chilling around 190, 191, and then done a water cut plus a gut cut to get myself down. So all that I had to do whenever I got into the to weigh-ins is just completely refuel. I got down to 186 the day of the meet and saunaed the other 3 pounds off to get myself to 183. I shouldn't have been that light. If I was heavier, those extra 5 pounds go a long way on my frame to making sure I execute on the platform. So I think with like the next couple of competitions that I have coming up, I'm going to keep myself heavier, try to eat more so I have more energy, and then do like 24 hours out, do a proper, structured, scheduled water weight. Really it's a water cut and a gut cut because I just feel as though I was just way too light, bro. Like way too light going into this competition, and like we need to do better on that. And that's just me understanding that in those moments, like every little minute detail matters. When people have those super meets, I think I've only had one super meet in my career, which was 2019. That was 5 years ago. 2019 IPF Worlds, I had a super meet. I PR'd my total by like 30 kg in a couple months time. Not a couple months, but like, half a year time. You know what I'm saying? So I know I have those capabilities. Next time I step on the platform, just have to make sure that I'm doing the things that I need to do to make it happen. I don't think Joey did anything wrong. Joey executed perfectly. If anything, I let myself down and let Joey down. So Overall, just not a good performance by myself, but there are highlights to take away from the meet because I do want to talk about that. I feel as though it's not very often that we get to talk about, and when I say we, I'm talking about the powerlifting community, about the actual like production of the meet. Now, when I say the production of the meet, PA Nats is still super small. I think it's gonna take some time for people to come over from the other federations to build up PA once they continuously see the production that comes out of PA, which is Powerlifting America. But bro, I felt like an actual athlete. Like I legit felt like I was in a big time sports, to a certain extent, sports federation. When I pulled up to the venue, cameras were on me already. Like they had like the media team from Powerlifting America taking pictures of me walking in. That's why, and I'll stress this until everyone's doing it. I don't give a fuck. That's why I have a pre-meet fit, because I know once I step out of the hotel, it's showtime. Like, eyes are on you because it's your day. And maybe your federation doesn't do like pre-meet fit, look who just walked into the building, social media updates and all that kind of stuff. But at least do it for yourself. Like, I'm telling you, when you look good, you're going to feel good. So if you leave the hotel room and you'll fly as shit, and maybe as a powerlifter, you're not into, fashion and shit like that. So like maybe you'll fly as shit as some, t-shirt with some joggers or whatever. But just walking with that confidence, bro. Like whatever you got to put on to feel confident, put it on. So I put on my Nigerian fit. Shout out to T people in Benue State. Sounds weird. Huh? No, it just sounds funny giving a shout out to like Benue State, but like, yeah, shout out to Benue State. That's where I'm from. I'm T. If you guys didn't know, I'm Nigerian. If you didn't know, my last name was Orhii. So yeah, I look at it. It's like when you step out of your hotel room, going to the venue, the meet starts there. Point blank period. I make sure I'm dressed to the T and whatever I'm wearing. But yeah, when I pull up to the venue, photographers, all that type of shit are on me. They're already they're posting my fit. Kind of fucked up the timing a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted people to see it through my page with my, visuals on it, but it's all good. No worries. I get the vision. But they were posting, they're like, yo, Russ, like lifters are now in the venue for, session A, which was my session. They had a picture of me wearing my Nigerian fit, and people were like, oh, they're fucking hyped. Like, oh, he looks clean as fuck. And they were like, oh, like team whatever, team this, team that. And I'm like, this is how it's supposed to feel. And then they did like a whole ass edit of me warming up in the squat, in the warm-up room. Before I even stepped on the platform, they're like, oh, like so-and-so is getting ready. And they have like pictures and videos and all that kind of stuff. And then when I finally stepped on the platform, once I finished up squat, they're posting the squat. They're like, oh, he just killed it or whatever. And like, these are not just normal pictures and videos. These are like high-end, high-quality content. Like, I was looking at some of the pictures they were posting. I was like, hold on. Like, I want some of that shit. Where can I go buy that shit at? So I had to hit up the production company to go buy that separately. But just the fact that me as a content creator, I'm looking at what the federation's putting out. I'm like, I want that for my personal page because that shit looks dope. But that shows me how much we've grown as a community, because when I first started competing in 2016, 2017, them pictures didn't look like this. They was all right. They was good. Some of them were really good. But I just feel like overall, like what we're doing now is what I envisioned way back then. Like covering the meet from start to finish. And the start starts whenever you leave the hotel room, right? So that's why it's like, yo, if we could all buy in together and start this movement of like, yo, I'm going to show up to the meet in my pregame fit. Yeah, I'm going to show up to the meet in my pre-meet fit or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to put on a show from start to finish. It's going to raise the bar. It's going to keep raising the bar. It's going to keep pushing the sport forward. And I think we need more of that. And then after I finish the competition, oh shit, I almost knocked over my water. We'll take a sip real quick. I'm getting dry mouth as a motherfucker. But when I finished up the competition, interviews, which was dope as hell. Like they pulled me. It's like, I mean, it was two people. It wasn't like, a group of people. But like Russell. It was two people. It was really just two people. Russ, can we get you for an interview? And I was like, oh shit, we got the fucking media in here asking for an interview. So they took me to the production room. Once again, it was two people. It wasn't like a gang of people. It was two people. they took me to the production room and they had a backdrop for interviews. So I'm standing in front of the backdrop answering questions about the meet. Shout out to my boy Ryan because he made that shit sound. Ryan has this like very professional voice. He has like a sportscaster voice. So when he's talking, you feel like you're watching like a high-end sports federation broadcast. So Ryan's asking me these questions. I'm answering. I'm trying to be as like professional and buttoned up as possible. And I was like, damn, man, like I'm really experiencing this in the powerlifting community. Like I'm really getting interviewed after I just stepped off the platform, talking about my performance, about the next meet that I have coming up and all that kind of shit. I'm like, this is actually insane. Like I'm very thankful and very proud that powerlifting has progressed to the point to where like we're at this juncture where we have like post-meet interviews. And it's funny because it's such a small thing when you really think about it. It's very minuscule, but for us it's a lot because I know those type of interviews. Like the interview that I gave, it got like it got a lot of traction on social media, like at least on his page. And I'm like, this is what it's all about, like doing things of that nature. Then I'm sorry, there's like so many different ways to take this. Then when I sat down, I don't know who came up with this idea. I'm not sure if it was Coach Matt Gary's idea or Powerlifting America's idea. They had these little letters, and I've never, like in all my years of competing, I've never had a letter inviting me to IPF Worlds, which is like basically the World Championship of powerlifting. So right now I'm the U.S. representative for the 83 kg weight class. So I'm the best 83 kg lifter in America, and this next competition is gonna validate me as the best 83 kg in the whole entire world. Like China, Japan, Ukraine, Canada, all these different countries. I'm going to be the best 83 kg. Like that's what this next competition is about. But he gave me a letter and it said 83 kg. That shit was, I'm not gonna lie, like I almost teared up because I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm back on. I think it was just the gesture of it that made me like super emotional, and like thinking about the journey of like me being away from competing in international competitions for so long. And I just took it for granted these past couple of years. I'm like, I've won 2 world championships before. Like I don't need any more. So when I got that letter and it just said 83 kg in that beautiful handwriting, I don't know who wrote that shit, but that shit looked beautiful. I haven't, you know what's so funny? I still have not opened up that letter. I don't know what the fuck is in the letter. Like it's still in my backpack. I should probably go open it up after this. But I just knew that was the invitation for Worlds. Like I'm going to be the selection for the 83 kg weight class. So that was my invitation to Team USA. So I got that letter. I'm like, this shit is tough as fuck. And I took a picture of it. Like I was like Wilt Chamberlain because I thought it was fly as fuck. And it you know, did traction on social media or whatever, but we're getting to a point where like powerlifting is starting to explode. And I just feel like I just want to contribute as much as I possibly can in my own way to the potential explosion. Cause I do know that with my following and just like what I do, I know it attracts a lot of people to the sport, and I'm thankful for that. I'm extremely thankful. But yeah, I just want to keep pushing the sport forward. But it was honestly, it was an amazing experience. My only thing is that I want it to be in bigger cities. I understand financially that is tough because when you go to bigger cities, it costs way more. But maybe have it like in the suburbs of a big city, like, you know what I'm saying? So let's say like we go to Miami, right? Let's say Nationals in Miami next year. Just have it like in a suburb of Miami. Like go to I was gonna say Wynwood, but that's still expensive as fuck. Just go to like I'm trying to think of a suburb, Coral Gables or some shit. Like maybe like 30 minutes outside of Miami, 40 minutes outside of Miami. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale, something. So like when we pull up to Miami, and when we pull up to the venue, we can still fade Miami. It's like, okay, we're gonna compete, and then now we're gonna go to Miami. And the reason why, and I hope maybe someone from the Powerlifting America front office is listening. If you have it in Miami, the turnout will be so much bigger, in my personal opinion. Not actually in Miami. If you have it around Miami, the turnout will be bigger because you guys have to think about the lifter that's going to have family, friends come and watch them. If I had it in Miami, right? All my family and friends would have came because guess what? After I'm done competing, we'll go celebrate in the city. We'll go into the city of Miami and do something crazy. We have more spectators coming through. I mean, you sell more tickets. I'm trying. Yeah, that's probably not like a big enough, drive to do that. But I feel like when you keep making deposits like that, you could keep making bigger and bigger events. You might take a hit on the first couple ones, but I'm thinking about what we did at Nationals 2 years ago in Vegas. That shit was a movie. Were you there or no? Yeah, Vegas was dope though, because like, I mean, there was a lot of people. Well, actually, there wasn't even a lot of people, but it was fun because I was able to invite all my family and friends because it's Vegas. Like, why wouldn't you go to Vegas? Like, the meet was almost a sideshow as to like the things that we were doing around my meet. You know, like my meet was like the side thing, and like people were like, oh, let's go gamble. Oh, let's go to these day parties. Oh, let's go get drunk. Oh, let's go to Planet 13. Let's do all this type of crazy shit. So I think, god damn, bro, these. I don't know if the mic picked it up, but like, damn, God, this guy's car is so damn loud. Anyways, I think having it in bigger cities, if possible, if possible, would be great. But I do understand the economics of that. But yeah, man, it was a great experience. I don't know if you guys saw on IG. If you haven't, please go follow me on IG, Russwole, and like the pictures. But I was posting a lot of dope pictures around the meet because a week out from me leaving to Reno, I would keep looking up because I have it hung up now. I was able to make like a fake newspaper. Fake news. I was able to make a fake newspaper, and it says, I'm reading it. It says, welcome back. I came up with that. I came up with that one. Welcome back. And instead of the B, it has the 6 because it looks like a B. Welcome back. And it's like undeniable. And it has a picture of me going, type shit. And then it's like, Russel Orhii captures his 6th national title. The king returns, whatever. I didn't write that, by the way. So don't think that I'm like that much into myself. Honestly, having a newspaper of yourself is pretty wild, but I have to do it because no one else is fucking doing it. But so I took a picture on a private jet. It wasn't like an actual private jet. It was a studio. I know a lot of people were like, yo, that's tough. He flew the PJ back to Houston. I'm like, bro, no, I didn't. No, the fuck I did not. But yeah, no, it was a dope ass photo shoot. I wanted to make sure I got those pictures in before I competed so that like, if everything goes my way, I could post immediately after I win to create like the illusion. It's like, yeah, I just did my thing and now I'm like actually flying back home type shit. I think it did pretty well. I thought it was a unique post because I just feel like in social media, fitness, on like we don't really post anything interesting. Either you're lifting or you're just posing for a picture and you look big. I thought this was a interesting creative direction to say like, hey, I won, versus me just doing my casual like, which I need to post by the way, just like me holding the medal in front of like the banner. I'm like, bro, I've done that like 5 years in a row. I want to switch it up a little bit. I do have the picture, but I would like to post something a little bit more unique. And I think I have some dope ass ideas for future content. I know the one idea, I'm gonna tell you Izzy off camera. It's gonna be hard. I have this one idea for IPF Worlds. And if that goes correctly, I have this idea for Sheffield, which would be a commercial that maybe I should talk to SPD about. Yeah, no, I got some good ass fucking ideas. I got this other man. Let me show my ass up because I'm finna give y'all too much game. But how deep are we into the podcast right now? Like 30? 35? Okay, solid. The reason why I asked them is because like I'm gonna make this like a quick hitter episode. I just want to address like some stuff and like be as on point as possible. But I just really wanted to address like the meat stuff. But yeah, and then also just like the Nigerian fit that I posted too. It's funny because I don't know, maybe I just posted at the wrong time. I thought that shit was gonna ring off a little different. Like, not that I did bad or anything like that. I just I thought I was going do some numbers and shit. It didn't, that I, but I was super excited to be back. It was awkward as fuck on the platform. Kind of had a trash ass meet. Oh, this is what I want to talk about too. In regards to meets, I would say this is in the top 3 of worst meets that I've ever done. So In 2019 Nationals, this was where was 2019 Nationals at? Chicago. Oh, shit, it was in Chicago. There's so many things that were going on in Chicago. Yeah, legendary meet. I almost bombed out. I missed my first 2 squats. I was facing elimination. So like for those of you guys that don't know, bombing out basically means you're like disqualified. And if you don't record a lift for any of the big 3, you're automatically DQ'd, right? You could finish the meet, but you won't be able to put up a total. So yeah, I mean that's probably my worst meet ever. But that meet. There's a meet that maybe you guys don't know about. It was 2018 Arnold. I missed, what really happened is that I was so malnourished for that meet that I just couldn't move anything. I think I missed my 3rd squat and then maybe my last deadlift. I think I did a 7 for 9 type meet. Just wasn't good. But it was funny because it was at the Arnold, and if you guys haven't been to the Arnold, it's like a sports festival event that there's a lot of walking booths and all that kind of stuff. My dumbass was literally walking the day before I competed, and I only had a Subway sandwich before I competed. It was I remember it was a turkey club too. Turkey club with bacon, mayo, lettuce. I remember very distinctly. So I sat in my room and I ate that turkey club and I drank water. That was my meal for the whole entire day. Whole day. I competed the next day. I guess if you could call that competing. It was ass. I came in first place and shit, but it just was not a good competition. Then these 2 meets, I'm about to mention another meet, which is 2018 Worlds. That one, I was injured, so whatever. But what was embarrassing about that meet is I got my ass beat so bad. I was like, this is embarrassing. I got beat by, how much did I get beat by? I think I got beat by 30 kilos, if not more. I don't know if I registered 800 kg and Brett did a world record total on my head. That shit was so embarrassing. And that's where that famous quote came. It's like, Joey, I don't want to ever feel this embarrassed ever again in my fucking life. So 2018. So, okay, we have 2019 Raw Nationals. That's easily my worst meet for sure. 2018 Arnold, because I was basically malnourished. I would say this is my 3rd worst meet. Yeah, I would say this past national was my 3rd worst meet because of the standard that I had for myself, and then my execution was just poor. 2018 Worlds, that's okay because I was injured. I was that the meet where I couldn't squat? No, that wasn't the meet I couldn't squat. But basically, my back was fucked and I couldn't really do too much, so my total suffered. I remember I squatted 630, 620, some bullshit. Maybe 660. It was some bullshit. But it was mostly because I was injured. So yeah, that one's not too bad. I was just mostly embarrassed. But this one, I would say it's probably my worst meet. It's my 3rd worst meet because I was just gun shy, rusty, felt off. But with that being said, I still, had a 860 kg world unofficial. A lot of people were asking me why I was unofficial. It's because it was not done in international competition with international judges or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, just unofficial world record by 20 kg. And I know I could do so much better. Just got to lock in. But before I get off of this, once again, just want to keep this as short and concise as possible. I wanted to address some things. Nothing too crazy, to be honest with you. But when I started the podcast, I talked about how I was pretty much absent from everything for about a month. But there was a lot of things that was happening during that month because, once again, I needed to focus on being an athlete first, right? So within that time frame, I basically let go of everyone from Better. I talked about this briefly on Max's podcast because, obviously he was able to get me before I left, but I let go of everyone from Better. Better is taking a very extended break. I'm entering this new era of my life where I just want to focus on you know, being a lifter, being a quote unquote social media influencer. Basically, I just want to say content, and just kind of getting myself back, if that makes sense, right? So I don't want to keep saying like, oh, better's going to come back, because I genuinely do not know when better is going to come back, when I'm going to invest time and effort into better. Just because for the first quarter of this year, I've just felt, I'm stressed, but also too, like, on this aspect, like just me controlling what I can control, I feel amazing. I feel as good as I've ever felt. And I forgot what that felt like, because for a very long time, I've been stressing myself with better, with corrupted, with being a powerlifter, with putting out content. And now that I've lost two of those things, or I'm transitioning from two of those things, I just feel so much more fresh, right? And it's not something that, like, I guess I wanted to do. It was something that just needed to be done. I don't know if there ever come a time where I'll speak publicly about everything. It's not like anything bad. It's just maybe like on a business podcast or something like that. It's not anything bad. It's just I feel as though I've just kind of transitioned out of better, and it just makes a lot more sense to operate things by myself. Operate in terms of just like, I just want to move forward and be a lifter for the time being. But also, with that being said, I want to also apologize to the customers, because when I let like everyone go, like before it was like the media team and like different departments that, like, I just, you know, it wouldn't make sense for the business to have them on at that point. So I'm like, okay, like, these people all need to go. Right. So then I was operating on just literally just bare essentials. Cause I feel like what I had before, those were I like to call them luxury employees, right? Where it's like, where everything is like going amazing, going beautiful. Obviously you could afford to have these employees, right? But now, like, with the turn of the year, it just financially didn't make sense to be paying all these people. So unfortunately I had to step away from that. Then I had just the bare essentials when it came to operations, like, you know, getting, orders, packaged, returns, all that kind of stuff. I let that go last month, and I haven't really followed up on that. So it's like, there's a lot of people that are waiting for orders and all that kind of stuff. I will be issuing a large refund to everyone that's been ordering. Luckily, I think things have slowed down to a point where everything is manageable. So, like, in the next like week or so, people should be getting refunds refunds for the stuff they ordered. I think like the latest orders that haven't been packaged have been since like last month. Like I let everyone go on a Friday. So I think like from that point on, people that have been ordering have just been waiting on their orders, but all of that will be refunded. I want to apologize sincerely for myself, just because I was extremely selfish in the fact that, like, I let them go and I was like, I need to focus on this. Like, everything needs to be on this meet. And I was like, I'll take care of this whenever I get back. But I just wanted to come here as a man and say, like, yo, I fucked up on that one. Like, I wanted to make sure that, like, hey, y'all gonna get your money back. I didn't want to further stress myself with that, because I just had, like, for me, a much more important thing coming up. So I was like, I need to take care of this. So once again, if you have been emailing customer service, it's not that, like, the people that were doing customer service sucks. It's like they're not there anymore. The people that have been packaging your orders are not there anymore. So, like, not on them. It's on me. I'm going to refund everybody in the next coming week. During this week, refunds through Shopify take like 3 to 5 business days. It's fucking annoying. So, we will get that process, and I just wanted to apologize to you guys on that front. But yeah, better now is just me. Actually, better isn't, for the time being, better is not a thing. It's just me. I keep thinking about the Kendrick Lamar bar. Fuck the big me, nigga. It's just, fuck the big three. It's just me. Yeah. So anyways, just want to, Izzy in the back, like, but just wanted to clear that up, because I know people are asking, and I'll probably post an IG story about it too. But yeah, I'm gonna, don't worry, I'm gonna get that cleared up. I'm gonna get that cleaned up, and then I'll take some time away from better. And if it does come back, trust me, like if it comes back, it's going to be fire as fuck, because one of the things that has kind of cleared my mind since doing better is that I didn't need all those people. Like, not that I'm not thankful for everyone's contribution, but there were points where I'm like, damn, like what am I doing? Like, you know, not in a mean way, but it's like, man, I could have just did this myself. You know what I mean? And I think people that own brands or own personal brands can understand this. At first, I was kind of operating as a merch situation. And I called it Get Better Today, but it was really just Russwole merch. And I feel like I could have just kept that going and evolved it into what it is now, which is better. But when I was operating as Get Better Today and like basically operating as Russwole merch, I was doing pretty much everything myself. Like, I would package 1,000 orders myself. I would answer all the customer service emails myself. I would handle returns and refunds myself. And not saying that I could have did it at the level that was happening now, but I had a very set routine. Back in like 2019, 2018, I would package. No, excuse me. I think I would package first. So I would go to the warehouse super early. At the time, it was Corrupted Strength. I would go to the warehouse super duper early, package for about like 30 to 40 minutes. Then from there, train. It really depended on like the importance of my actual training session. But I would package orders because my daily orders were at like maybe 30 to 40. So very manageable, very easy. Package 30 or 40 orders, work out, load up. Well, actually at the time I'll leave them out because USPS would actually have their route every single day. So they would come pick up. Sometimes they wouldn't pick up. That's why I work with UPS now, because USPS sucks. US Postal Services, Jesus, man, really bad. So some days they wouldn't pick up. Some days they would look at all the bags, like, we're not doing this shit. So either I'll leave them out there for pickup, or I'll load them up in my car and drop them off 3 miles down the road to the USPS or the postal office. They'll give me so much shit because they're like, hell no, we're not. We're not touching that shit. Like, they would literally say like, no, we're not doing that. Even though anyways. And I'll do rinse and repeat. And then if I have like a big drop, obviously like where there was like thousands of orders, I would like hire a lot of the people that ended up working for or with Corrupted to come package like for the weekend. I'll just pay them all. Like, I'll be like, yo, here's 150, here's 200, here's 100 or whatever. I'll buy you guys dinner, I'll buy you guys lunch. Just package with me for the weekend, or package with me on Saturday. I remember like we would package like Saturday night, maybe even Sunday night. And then like I'd have all those packages and orders ready by Monday morning. And I'm like, why didn't I just stick to that structure? Because when I look at it, I could have just did the same thing. Like, I could have been operating the same way. I get my designs from a guy that I pay. He's independent contractor. I pay him a certain amount. He gives me a certain amount of designs. I then get the designs made. They get made. I put the order in. I get it in the next like 2 weeks. I package it. I shoot in it, package it, ship it out, and then the daily orders come in and I take care of it. And I'm like, damn, that was such a beautiful business model because there was such low stress. I didn't have any employees. And it's not that employees are bad. I think that for what I'm doing, I just don't need that headache or that overhead, because employees are an expensive overhead. And if you're not running a properly structured business, which I wasn't, it just eats up into your profits and your revenue. And I think that, if Better's to ever come back, and it's funny because I have all these, what are they called? I have all these ideas, and I have all of these, I just have a game plan of what I want to do. And I know what it's going to look like if it does come back. And I'm just like, okay, this is how I'm going to do it. No one's going to tell me or trick me out of it. Like, no one's not like people were tricking on me before, but it's like, no one's going to move me off this spot. This is my vision. I'm sticking with it. And I should have just did that shit. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? It might come back at some point. I just don't want to keep saying it's going to come back. Just know that it's in a long ass hiatus. You're better just not asking about it. No pun intended. But when it does come back, and if it does come back, you'll hear it from me, and it'll be on some like low key, like slick shit. It'll be on some tough shit, you know? But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I just want to give you guys an update because I know I've been kind of like coy about it. I've been kind of like not talking about it a lot. And there's people that have ordered and they're like, where the fuck is my order at? So yeah, last thing I want to touch up on is my retreat with BPN. So if you guys didn't know, I'm sponsored by BPN Sups, Bear Performance Nutrition. Nick Bear, one of the GOATs in the fitness industry. Been signed to them since like 2018. So it's been like 6 years now, which is crazy. Signed with him since 2018, and we had a retreat in Nashville, Tennessee. I like to call Nashville, Tennessee, white people's Wakanda. It was amazing though, because when I went there, I'm like, bro, I fuck with this white people Wakanda shit, bro. Like nothing but country music, like people that love country, people that sing country. I feel like everyone there is like an artist. A lot of white people, but they cool. Like they not like the like get off my fucking yard type of white people. They cool, nice white people. I fuck with them. It was a nice event, nice retreat with a beautiful, amazing people. Like BPN does a really good job of signing people that are representative of what Nick's vision is. And also what I really appreciate is the fact that like everyone is like an athlete, which is kind of uncommon in the fitness industry. You would think that everyone likes working out in the fitness industry. Nah. I think at this point now, people just like attention in the fitness industry. Not everyone is a fitness addict, right? I'm not a fitness addict, but I'm an athlete, right? So like with powerlifting, that's my avenue. With the people that I was with this weekend, with the athletes that I was with this weekend, their avenue was running. And we had 2 CrossFitters, like fucking 10 runners, and then 2 powerlifters, right? But the thing that we all had in common was the fact that we take our craft very, very seriously. I'm gonna look at the itinerary, or I could just tell you on the itinerary was running at 5 a.m. Oh shit, I should probably respond to this. Give me 1 second. Someone's buying something from me, so dope. Please take the top. Sorry. Take the stuff off. Okay. Sorry. I'm like selling equipment as I'm doing the podcast. I'm selling equipment as I'm doing the podcast just because like this guy's like coming tonight and I'm filming this at like 7:30 p.m. The gas tanks. There we go. Okay. If I could just spell tanks properly. Okay. All right. So on the itinerary for the retreat, 5 a.m. team run or 5 a.m. team lift, right? These people took training so seriously that they didn't want they wanted to get their lifting in early in the morning so it didn't affect the rest of the activities we have for the day. And when I saw that shit, I was like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm telling you, if you had a group, no shade. Hey, Izzy, if y'all had a 5 a.m. lift at the Gymshark lift event, you think people would have, there's absolutely not, right? And it's no shade. It's no shade, but it's like the difference of like,
they have a group of people running.
Oh, they had a group of people running?
But not everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't run at 5 in the morning. I didn't fucking run at 5 in the morning. But the fact that they had it scheduled out and they had everyone on the team like dedicated to that shit, except for me, was amazing. Cause I'm like, damn, bro, you don't get, like, you legit don't get this in some capacities in the fitness industry because it's mostly just about like, oh, I did a couple bicep curls to look good. Let's take a picture. All right, cool. I'm done. Right. Like some people go to these events, they don't even lift. Like I feel like lifting is secondary, whereas lifting was primary with this event. And just sitting down, I mean, I've known Nick for a long time, but just sitting down and talking to Nick, hearing what's motivating him at the moment, seeing where he wants to take the company, hearing a story about like how he almost let the company slip through his hands, which I feel like every small business owner kind of goes through something like this, especially when it is ran through social media. You feel it, like you get to this ground zero point. You probably you start off and you do okay, and then like you start losing what the idea of the business was supposed to be, and you hit a ground zero moment, and then your back is against the wall, and you're like, nah, fuck that, I'm not going out like this. And then all of a sudden, boom, you shoot back up. BPN from behind the scenes was sort of at that moment where it's like, bro, what the fuck are we doing here? And his back was against the wall, and that was the point of the retreat, like getting us back on track. And he's like, nah, fuck that. We're grabbing this shit back up and we're pushing it back up to here. And it was just motivating because I'm like, damn, like I'm going through this shit too. And whenever I was talking, I've talked to a lot of different people. Shout out to Bart. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to Max. Shout out to Shale. Shout out to everyone that I've been talking to in regards to stuff like this, because whenever you're failing, sometimes it feels like you're the only person that's failing. You feel like, man, why can't I get this shit right? I feel like all this shit's only happening to me. And then you talk to people that share the same space. You're just like, nah, this shit's happening over here too, gang. Like, trust me, like we're struggling over here. It's like, oh, you're dealing with that? Oh, trust me, mine's way worse. Let me tell you my horror story. And it's like, damn, how are you pulling yourself out of that? I'm reading this. I'm doing this. I consulted with this. Oh, okay. All right, bet. So I used to feel so lonely with Better. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I'm a fuck up. I'm still a fuck up, but it's like, damn, I'm a fuck up. I'm the only person that's having these problems. I suck ass. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. And then you talk to other people, it's like, nah, bro, like, trust me, like, you low-key, like, doing all right. Like, we went through the same thing and it was way worse. Or like, yeah, now you're fucking up a little bit. Here's how it almost happened to me, and here's how you could change it, right? So when I was on the retreat, just hearing Nick explain some of the different things that have been happening behind the scenes for him, and then some of the stuff that they've been doing to get themselves out of that and change and do better, I'm just like, damn, this is motivating as fuck. So I just kind of left the event feeling super refreshed. Because on top of that too, the people and the athletes that I was with, like, super positive. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like sometimes you just be around people that gossip a lot and like all they can do is focus on other people. Like, we wasn't really focused on nobody but like the people there. I was asking genuine questions about like, yo, how do you get yourself motivated to do a run? Like, what do you think? Like, I'm legit asking questions to take to myself. I'm like, yo, what gets you up to train at 5 in the fucking morning? Right? Because a lot of these kids were waking up at 5 in the morning to run, and then they would have team lifting after, which was at like 3. I'm like, damn, bro, you just ran fucking, like, these kids weren't running like no mile. They were running like 20 milers, 13 milers, like doing stuff like that in the morning, then coming back, eating food, showering, doing whatever team event we had, and then meeting me at the gym to do the team lift. I'm like, yo, these guys are insane. But there was no like, I mean, maybe we just didn't know each other well enough to gossip, but it was like, there was no gossiping about other people, what other people were going on, what's going on in different companies. It was like, nah, like how are we building? How are you building yourself? How can I help you build for yourself and all that type of shit? So overall, I mean, it was a great event. Shout out to Nick Bear. Shout out to the team. Shout out to Tony and Hope for putting it together. I got this dope ass hoodie that I'm gonna try to convince to put out because this is some fire stuff. They said the hat would never come out because it doesn't fit the brand, but I think it's hard. But yeah, no, it was a very refreshing experience. If you guys ever want to support me with BPN, please use code Russwole to save yourself 10% off and give me 10% of that sale. But yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think of anything else. I was going to talk about porn being banned in Texas, but we could probably get to that later. That would have been a good topic, but I feel like we're already like close to an hour in, right? Yeah, we good. I just wanted to make a short, concise episode. So once again, Nationals sucked. I'm gonna do better though. I got Worlds in June. Shout out to Powerlifting America for like all the good media content. I fucked up with Better. Y'all getting y'all refund. No, I didn't take your money in Dash. I practice good business habits. I practice good business habits. Okay, so then what else? And then BPN, yeah, the great retreat. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty solid. All right, shit. Also, before I end, we are going to be switching this whole shit up. Hopefully, maybe the next time you guys hear us, or like in the next maybe episode or two, I want to make like the Better Take a priority. Because now, I mean, I got all the time in the world. I ain't got no companies. I ain't got shit to go. I ain't got shit to go to. So I want to make this more of a priority. I'm going to be game planning like how I want the podcast to look, because I want to have segments. I want to have like guests on, but not so much do interviews. a lot of the reason why we don't record is because like I just can't lock in a fucking guest, right? But it's like I don't want to be beholden to a guest. I want to be able to talk and like have like repeat people in, because like I'm thinking, I'm like, I've already had Crandon on twice. I've had Swole. I've had like all these different people on. I want to get someone new on, but it's like, nah, why don't you just get those same people and talk about events that are currently happening right now and get their take on it, right? And when I did Mac's podcast, that's what Max does. And I feel like that's a good, obviously I'm going to have different takes and stuff, but I feel like that's a good formula. And then I'll sprinkle it in by doing like segments that you can only find on The Better Take. And it's like, why don't I just do that shit? So we're going to structure it differently. We're currently recording in my shoe room, which I would just convert into my studio. I'll like clean it up. I'm trying to think of what else we need to add. We could discuss that off camera, but I mean, we film in my shoe room, which is my trophy room. I'm like, yo, let's just make this the podcast room and then just have guests on. Because at first I was like, nah, I'm not going to have people over my apartment. But I mean, my apartment's aight, you know what I'm saying? So there's nothing to be, ashamed about having people at my crib. So we'll work on it, man. I really want to make this a priority. And this is going to be one of the pillars that I want to focus on in 2023. 2024. Being more intentional with the podcast when it comes to just like actually recording, being consistent and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I hate like talking about that shit ad nauseum because like, it's like shut the fuck up and do it. But I just wanted to let you guys know that it's going to be happening pretty soon. I'm excited to kind of show you guys. I want to show you guys how creative I could be for real. That's another thing too. Like with social media, like these influencers ain't finna do it like I'm finna do it. Well, no, there's some that are doing it that I like a lot. That's motivating me to be a lot more, creative. But anyways, thank you guys. And sorry to you guys as well. Talking to the people that ordered. It's kind of a lot. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Better Take podcast. I'm your host, Russel Orhii. Follow me on all social media pages. You guys know the vibes. Episode number 31. That's another thing too. We need to get like a good outro because this is buns. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to episode number 31 of the Better Take podcast. I'm your host, Russel Orhii, and I'm out. Catch you guys in the next one.